Julian joins us now. Julian, nice to talk again. How are you, mate?
Hi, Sean. How's it going?
All right, look, firstly, just before we get into the story about you, did you watch the debate last night?
No, I actually didn't watch it, but I will be interested to watch the replay of that and, analyse it like everybody else.
Yeah.
Who won?
Luxon did, let's be honest. Luxon won it.
Okay, but he hasn't got much opposition, has he, honestly?
Hitkins looked a little defeated, and Luxon was better than I expected. Julian, what I want to talk about is, it is freedom of speech in this issue. You're still going on with your meetings and you're having rallies now and people are attending them, and that is your right. But yet again, having had stuff pull the dirty on a series of advertisers you wanted to do, you went to one of the country's biggest media organisations and tried to get an ad run for an event that's happening when, or was happening when?
The event was the march in Auckland on the 23rd of September. That's this Saturday.
Yeah.
So we had a full page ad. It was going to cost $10,000. So it's not.
And you were going to put it in the Herald, a full page in the Herald.
A full page ad in New Zealand Herald, and they've turned it down.
Okay.
Advertising our march.
Who has turned it down specifically from inside the Herald?
They call it the legal team, but they're faceless. And really, it's not a legal team at all. It is just a censorship committee, and under the spell of the $55 million Public Interest Journalism Fund.
Yeah, talk us through why. So how long ago did you approach them to buy this ad?
About a week ago, we started the process, and they said, yeah, that's all good to go for this Wednesday, was today. And then they started getting wobbly on it. We made some changes to it, which we thought were really good. They said you can't have your website on there.
What?
So no, you're not allowed to put your website on there. Look at the hypocrisy of this, honestly.
Hang on, I see ads all the time with websites on them.
Yeah, we're not allowed to have ours because they don't want people knowing about co-governance and our views.
Well, hang on, Julian. What was the reason they gave for rejecting your ad that you were going to pay good money for? What was the major reason they gave you?
The major reason is that they're saying there's some sort of rule that they have inside the Herald where you have to differentiate between fact and opinion. In other words, they can't say that everything on our website is factual, therefore we can't print it. But just a week ago, they put the CTUs, New Zealand CTU, on the front page with Chris Doxton. Remember that? Out of touch, too much risk on the front page. Yeah, and they dressed it up to look like a news story or a news headline. It was totally misleading. They dressed it up to make it look like a new, and made Luxon look like a, a bobber boy.
They've also tried to get you for not putting a macron in the A in Māori.
That's another thing. Yeah, they said you didn't put the macron in Maori properly, because I said we're going to have Maori speakers at the event, and I'm going to be speaking, so we're going to be looking at, putting across the idea that we really can have racial unity.
Yeah. Now, the words they objected to, I'm just looking at the letter you sent me, say no to racism and apartheid, bring back democracy and equality, return to the original treaty in Maori, honour Te Aparana Ngāta. Okay, which are clearly in the context of an ad from your group in a newspaper. I'm going to know that those are your catch cries.
Yep.
And you're allowed to say them.
You're allowed to say them, and for heaven's sake, what is controversial about saying no?
Well, you know
that
no sometimes you'll be careful and everything, but you're allowed to say stuff that's controversial. We cannot accept with the current banner at the bottom and say no to racism and apartheid. That's a good thing. Say no to racism and apartheid. Bring back democracy. Yeah. Well, I don't know that we've lost democracy, but you're telling us that that's your opinion and you're allowed to express it. I don't. Return to the original treaty in Maori. Well, that's what you want. That's what you're calling for. And you believe that would honour Te Aparana Ngāta. So I cannot see a problem with that in the context of an advertisement.
Yeah, well, there is no problem. It's just a racist thing that they're doing. They are actually just the thought police.
You're being cancelled, Julian. You do realise?
I've been cancelled.
You have been cancelled by NZME, the largest media organisation in the country.